Everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do a crowdfunded book, NED, Lord of the Pit, by Jim Calafiore. This was on Kickstarter and on Indiegogo, and in total he got $45,000. This is the upgraded version, hardcover. It's great for those who don't know who is Jim Calafiore. He did Aquaman, Exiles, Government Underground, Secret Six, etc., etc. So he's a big name, or he was a big name, still is a big name, I think, not sure. And it's about, well, here, Ned Hume is losing his mind, at least he thinks he is. What else could explain the hallucinations? This morning's on the streets of Manhattan, he started seeing creatures, demons, grotesqueries, shambling, crawling, and or oozing, along with the usual sidewalk crowd. To everything else, they look like regular people, but he sees them as they really are, as they see him. Yes. Well, he thinks he's losing his mind. So yeah, this is when I flipped through this book, I thought, oh man, there's a lot of dialogue here, so and not a lot of action. I probably wouldn't like it. I was wrong. It's actually a very good book. But before we go into it, there are some stretch goals, but also I have a thank you notes. Thanks for everybody back in my book, etc. And there's going to be a volume 2. I also got some kind of mini book for free. It's one of the stretch goals, Crooks and Nannies, a collection of gags, oddities, and weirdities. I haven't read it yet, but I think it's more like, funny stuff, shorts. Not entirely sure, but hey, it's for free, and who am I to refuse free stuff, right? And we have some Welcome to Hell, yeah, but it's a dry heat. This is a card that you can send to people, which is cool, and also the zombie here. And I got a very cool bookmark. What you reading? Awesome. So yeah, I took this. I just backed this book. I haven't really got a clue what's going on, but this is supposedly a comedy, or what they say, a collection of terrors. I think that's how they say it. A comedy of terrors. I'm looking at the Kickstarter page right now. But when I read this comic, it reminds me of another book, and that book is called Chronicles of Wormwood by Avatar Press. And Avatar Press is Wormwood is basically the Antichrist. He's the child of the devil, and he's befriended with Jesus Christ. And the devil wants to, that Wormwood, initiates the Armageddon for whatever reasons. It reminded me a lot of that, but there's no Jesus Christ in here, but there is some reference to that reminded me of Chronicles of Wormwood. So let's dive in, right? So what is this all about? This is about Ned. He is gonna skip 144 pages, by the way. So he is here talking to his agent because he's he's an an actor, or better yet, a would-be actor, wannabe actor, washed-up actor. And by the way, I love his Tintin T-shirt, and he got, so he's not a very lucky guy. And there's also some very dry humor in here. So this is his rival Gerard, and he's going to an audition, and he's failing. So he's going back to his house, and there's his girlfriend waiting, and before that, so he got some coffee again on his shirt. Okay, so this is a lot of this kind of style of comic humor. I mean, you have to. Well, I'm not sure if you like that kind of humor, but I go back to that a little bit later. So what I like about the whole conversation between him and his girlfriend, it's very normal. It's very human. There's a lot of fleshed out dialogue. Dialogue about nothing, mostly just like real couples or people just interacting with each other about stuff on daily life, and it's very fun done. It's very good done. But they love each other, and then somehow Ned wakes up the next day with back pain in his neck, and well, and probably he's feeling sick, but that's okay. So his girlfriend says, "Hey, let's eat. We don't have anything to eat anymore. Go get some bagels." So he's going out, but then we skip to heaven, and these are cherubim angels or something, and they have also some weird banter with each other. And this is something that is going on in the comic a little bit later. Not much, but I'm introducing you to these characters. So skipping ahead, he is there at the bagel shop, and then somehow a woman aggressively comes over to him, not to hurt him, but she wants sex with her, and she's starting to violate him. And then he says, "No, no, leave me alone," and he yells, "Stop!" And then suddenly everybody stops. And oh yeah, this is normal. So he goes outside and he walks down the street, and then he sees this guy. And nobody bats an eye, but then the creature says, "Hey, can you point me to the nearest station, my lord?" And Ned, all in shock, says, "Yeah, go to the 18th and the 7th Street over there." And then you see the shock on his face. But then he thinks, what does a brain tumor look like? Feels like. So he goes home half in panic, and he thinks he has a brain tumor. And then he get a phone call, and the phone call is that his brother died. So he needs to get home. His girlfriend wants to come with him, but then Ned is how do you say, he doesn't take much responsibility. He is more of a slacker. And he has commitment problems. And she says, "You do love me, right?" "Oh, that's not what I'm saying. That's not an answer. The comitophobia used to be cute, but funny. But now, because he doesn't want her to go with him because his family is weird and they are screwed up, and he's feeling ashamed of his family. So he says, "No, I want to go alone. Don't come with." And she's getting pissed off, and she storms off. And then out of nowhere, the neighbor comes, and it's Eve. And as you can see, Eve is a more like an older, elderly woman, loves to drink a lot, and there's something with her going on later as well. So he goes to the funeral of his brother, and he meets his mother and his dad. And of course, he is the only one seeing all these weird creatures, because this creature goes to his mother and says, "Hey, condolences sorry for your loss." And I said, "Hey, thank you, Ray. Have you seen my Ned?" Well, Ned is him. And Ned says, "Hey, you have something on your face." Well, I said, "Where? Here?" No, on the other side. Here. So there is some wacky humor here. Again, Ned is, flabbergasted. And then his dad calls him, and he basically don't want to do that because he doesn't like his dad. And then he is, oh yeah, by the way, his girlfriend's pregnant. Yep. So he goes on into his offers, and basically his father wants him to come home. I said, "Listen, your acting career is not working. We are a rich family. I want you to take over the family business." And Ned says, "No, that's not what I want. There's a reason I quit, and I went out of the house." And then his father said, "Hey, you're seeing things, right? You're seeing creatures and monsters and demons that only you can see." And I said, "What are you talking about? And how do you know that?" And he reveals him that he is a lord of a demon of a part of hell. And Ned says, "Yeah. You bet you're crazy. What are you talking about?" And then, well, his father shows him. And then we see some beautiful. He sees hell, and then he doesn't believe him, and he said, "What? I don't know what's going on. I was attacked by a woman." And he said, "Well, there was a succubus, but I made a stop." Ned says, "Well, That's because you have a power or more powers, and it's called Vox Fortis, voice of forcefulness. It can more than stop. It can more than stop people. A command, a need, or want expressed correctly, forcefully will be made manifest. And then we switch a little bit back to the host of the angels, because there's some shenanigans as well. Because this young lad with the eyes on his face is going to lead these. How do you call it? The God, I forgot the host, the party of him to Earth. But this guy is new. He's troubled. And wait a minute, I'm the leader of this pack. Why? What's going on? What's going on? Why did you do that? Well, God did, and you have to obey. Okay, going back later. So not only that, so they're starting to fight, and I don't want. Ned says, I don't want to do with anything to do with you. Leave me alone. Get the fuck out of here, and I don't come back. Because he basically, his son, his brother, the father's son and his brother, is basically the one that follow-ups the new Lord. But since he died, all the powers is transferred to Ned. And Ned finally realizes that it's all true. And he's angry. He doesn't know how to deal with it. So he's going home. And then again, we see here the bickering between the angels and, cherubim, it was the word. I mean, these cherubs are my flight, Sophie. No, this kid's a noob. Mick, he can't even pick a decent avatar. I mean, eyeballs? I know. He can lead the cherubim. And this guy is nuts, by the way. And but they don't have a choice because God commanded that he will be in charge of the cherubim. Okay, so Ned goes home, and there's a big guy here. It's called Duck. And then he gets a call. And now it's getting serious. He gets a call from his agent, and he needs to go to the to how do you say that in English? I forget. Where you do do a part that you get chosen for doing a film movie role. I'm not entirely sure. But then everybody's dead, including Gerard. And then he thinks, okay, I need to get the hell out of here. Soon he's going to church, and then he uses his power again because he cannot believe what's happening. And then his dad shows up again, and still trying to convince Ted that he needs to come home. And he says, leave me alone. I said, that doesn't work on me. Well, what then is happening is that some cops is going to investigate him, and they all count the people that are there. They think, hey, this is a mass suicide. Everybody's got a heart attack. What's going on? They can't figure it out. But they can see on the list who is there and who is not there. And who is not there is Ned. So they try to find him. But then the host is coming to Earth, pick their human forms. And, I'm not sure what they are doing on Earth, by the way. I have no clue. But then we have a visitor in Ned's house, and it means that this creature is a parasite, and Ned's not having it. Said, get the hell out of here. You not belong here. And then the creature is starting to attack Ned, and then Ned uses his voice, and the creature disappears. And it seems that this creature is a parasite that feeds on off human hosts. Going on a little bit, skipping a few pages because I showed a lot. What can I see? Yes. So his girlfriend's calling him, and he's basically saying, give me a second, I'm going to take a little bit of water, got to dry mouth. Nice. Hey, let's come over, let's talk. But she also said, hey, listen, what's going on with the dead people? Gerard's dead also, but Ned says, well, I didn't want him dead because he saw Gerard as a rival. And I don't want him dead. And then suddenly, not too juiced about myself, and then bam! Look who's here. It's Gerard in zombie form, because Ned resurrected him accidentally. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on, and Ned's freaking out, crazy all about. And then we see here our friend, this guy from the streets. And then suddenly this crazy guy attacks this Cthulhu-like monster, and the monster says, "Hey, can you help me? I'm looking for a paradise, a little Italian place." And then the new cherubim says, "Well, fuck you! I'm gonna kill you." But he uses this weird English slang, and he's hacking on this poor fellow. And in the meantime, there's a lot. What I want to try to say, there's a lot of dialogue and a little action, but the story is so gripping. You want to finish it one go, and that's what I did. I've read the whole 144 pages in one go because I wanted to know more. I wanted to see where it's going. And I didn't know at first that this was a volume 1, by the way. So, moving on. Skipping. So then, one of the angels says, "It didn't even put up a fight. It cowered as it should before the might of the Lord. It was scared and lost and confused because it hasn't done anything wrong. Wrong? Its existence is wrong. It's not that simple. Some of these creatures are just displaced from their dimension. They try to find their way home. It's not malevolent. If you'd taken a moment before whipping out your big-ass sword, you would have known that." And then they have a bickering that she, "If you don't disobey, I'm going to unleash my wrath on you." But through the blood of the creature, they discovered that there is a new prince of hell, Ned. So they're going to look for Ned now. So I'm very curious how is that going. Then, skipping a few pages. Okay, then his father returns. And then he says, you did something dangerous because demons are invisible to the human eyes. Zombies are not. There's no protection. There's no such protection has been afforded to the undead. He can be seen, yet he must not be seen. Thus, he cannot exist. So, great dialogue, by the way. So basically, his dad tells him that he needs to destroy Gerard. But, Ned is feeling guilty, and he doesn't want to do that. And his dad said, if you do not do that, there will be severe consequences because people will see that there are real zombies. So cool. And there's also some action going on because the cop is trying to find him. He starts to question him. Ned panics, teleports the cop away to another place. The cop is totally in shock because Ned did it by accident again. And skipping a few pages more. And then we see, hey, a lovely parasite is returned. And he is getting hold of Eve, I believe. Yes, the neighbor. And yes, Eve. And what's going on happens. So it doesn't sit well with Ned, and he wants to get rid of the parasite. So he, attacks him, by the way. The parasite, skipping a few pages again. A lot of pages. Skipping. Okay, here we go. So, hey, you need to get the hell out of here. You leave my neighbor alone. And he says, no, I like it here. And then there's a fight between him and the monster, as you can see here. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, his hands glow up, get the creature and disintegrates them. And he says, disappear forever. But that power wasn't there yet. So he's also shocked that he has suddenly get that power. But the result of that whole struggle is that Eve is dead. Probably by the shock, or that he sucks the energy out of the parasite sucked the energy out of the humans. Not entirely sure. So cop's coming back. He uses his mojo again, and then that's basically almost the end of the book. And then we see here Doug in the presence of the Lord of the Pit, and it seems they are on the cahoot with each other. And one of the last pages here is that Ned wants to find out if he can save Gerard because he's feeling guilty. He said, "My man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that." And Gerard says, "Yeah, it's okay. I didn't know. Clues gets a pass." But how are you getting out? Pretty sure you can just no thanks this. I don't know, but I just can't bury my head anymore. It's gotta be a way just to find it. I have to. And there's some last pages here as well that I'm not going to show you. And that's basically the end of volume 1, but there's also Katie. And Katie, I'm not, touched that much. But Katie has also some struggles with her and with company. And it seems also that, her boss is a demon. And we see a beautiful shot of our friend Cthulhu here. Oh, well, Cthulhu-like monster. Also, we have, a making of, thank you pages, coloring, etc. Sketches, and some things that is in the book that I, advertisement or something. Not sure. Really cool. Overall, great comic. I love the texture, by the way. It's very smooth, but it's also matte. Great. What can I say about this? I wish this. If I can, criticize one thing, is probably the colors. I wish there were more. Well, this looks great, by the way, but it's very, grayish. It's all, like this, gray, gray, gray. In an apartment, it's the setting is all in the apartment, mostly, and sometimes outside, but mostly in houses, in apartments. So there's a lot of gray in it, and brown. And I wish there were more popping colors, just like the part with hell. And but overall, I really like this comic. There's a lot of humor in here that works, and comedy is a hard thing to pull off, I must say. Painfully Normal Productions, okay. Crowdfunded, oh yeah. Yeah, and that brings me to the end of the book. I'm gonna definitely back volume 2 because I want to know how it all ends, and if there's a part 3, I'm not sure. But it intrigues me a lot. So pleasantly surprised. Like I said, a lot of dialogue, a lot of gripping story, some cool action, some cool banter between people, and also with the cops, because I forget to address that. Even the cops have dialogue that is, it seems that they have dialogue that that happened yesterday, like talking about movies and stuff, and they bring it over in this comic, and they continue that conversation. So sometimes it's a little bit confusing to me because I didn't know exactly what's going on with the bantering between the cops and the humor stuff. But yeah, like I said, great art, by the way, by Jim Californi. Pick it up if you have the chance somewhere, or maybe at volume 2. Thanks for watching. I know this is a long video, but it's 144 pages. There's a lot of stuff to address. Hope you liked the comic. I loved it. I had a blast. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you next time.